You wanna come to Europe, huh? Stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! I get so many questions. Chef, I wanna work with you here in Europe. Chef, arrange a job for me in Europe. Guys, life is a bitch in Europe.
If you're well-to-do, if you're doing pretty good in your life, it's better to be doing really well in Africa than it is to be in America.
Grand rising kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean, welcome back to my YouTube space. And I believe you are doing okay. To my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing and believing in me. To my returning subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here each time, because without you, there's no Kenyan beast. Now, the video I'm going to do today, I'm going to talk about Africans, because I came to notice a lot of Africans, even up to now, they still have this lie of American dream. They still want to work hard in Africa, get some money, sell that land, and go to America or go to Europe. But let me tell you today, it's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap, and it's time to expose this lie that we have been told, you know, and tell the truth about what is happening, okay? So that's what we're going to talk today. And there's a video I featured here of a white guy, a European guy, who is talking about Africans, who is telling them that there's no good life in Europe. And he is giving an example how Africans are willing to pay him so that they can go to Europe. So I'm going to feature that video of this white man. He has told the truth about what's going on. And I believe it's time that I, Kenyan Beast, to talk about this. I don't know if I talked about this earlier, but again, I'm going to talk about this to my African brothers, because I have a lot of Black Americans friends who are telling me about the life in the America, about the life in USA and other countries. There is no greener side outside Africa. Okay? Let's watch this clip first that I've featured here, and then I come back with my commentary.
I dedicate this video to all my African brothers in Africa who are chefs. And I have a message for you. All of you. You wanna come to Europe, huh? Stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! I get so many questions. Chef, I wanna work with you here in Europe. Chef, arrange a job for me in Europe. Guys, life is a bitch in Europe. Life is not what you think it is in Europe. And your brothers and sisters that are here now will not tell you that, because they're already ashamed. Okay? They're already ashamed. So they come home to you, they say, oh, life is fantastic. It's not. I lived 14 years in Tanzania. 14 years. Life is better. There's so much opportunity in Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya. All my brothers and sisters there, trust me, if you work hard, you graft hard, your life is much better. You want to know what's happening here in Europe when you come here? I'll give you my breakdown, okay? My flat, my tiny flat, 1,400 euros a month. My energy bill, 250 euros a month. My gas bill, 100 euros a month. My car license, my car insurance, 45 euros. My mobile phone, 50 euros. My TV, 40 euros. My local government tax, 160 euros a month. My list goes on. At the end of the month, I spent 3,000 euros only bills. And I'm not even fucking living yet. Then I have to buy my groceries, all my shit. So I come down to 4,000 euros. And you people, you think you come here, oh, I earn 4,000 euros. No, you're not, you dumb fuck. You pay taxes and bills, and you cannot escape it. You cannot escape those bills. The system is created that way. So if you earn your 400 euros in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, Congo, you're way better off. And you have fucking freedom and a beautiful country. I want to quit in Europe. The only good thing here is my kids' education. That's it. But when that little fucker turns 18, I'm flying away back to Tanzania with the grace of God. So please stop asking me for jobs and shit from Africa. Life is not what you think it is. Suck on that. Now get the fuck back to work.
Why is nobody talking about this? Ever since I came to Africa, many Africans have come to me and said they will pay me thousands of dollars for me to help them to go to Europe. I haven't helped a single person, and I'm not going to do that. ask yourself, why, if Europe is so fantastic, why am I then in Africa? Does that make sense? If my own place is so fantastic, why would I be here? Now, you are ready to pay me thousands of dollars for you to go and work hard in Europe, for you to help Europe get back on track. Why won't you stay in Africa and make Africa get on track? It doesn't make sense. You're an African, so why don't you want to help your own continent to grow and prosper, but you want to go to my continent and make that prosper? It doesn't make sense. If you have thousands of dollars that you want to give me for me to help you to go there, spend those thousands of dollars to set up a business here in Africa. And if you need help with that one, I'm willing to help you, but I will never help you to go to Europe and suffer.
People in West Africa are starting to live better than people in the Western world. Now, I'm not talking about everybody, but I'm talking about if you're well-to-do, if you're doing pretty good in your life, it's better to be doing really well in Africa than it is to be in America. Now, I'm currently in America, and it's like a little bit of a culture shock coming back from Africa, because when you come here, you're around people who, on paper, they're very successful, rich, and all that. But all these people are drowning in debt. They got a nice car, but they don't own it. They've got a lease on it. They may say that they own a house, but they kind of do, but they have a huge mortgage on it. But in Africa, people own everything outright. And what does this lead to, like, in day-to-day life? Well, when you know someone who's well-to-do in Africa, they're a lot more relaxed. They feel like they can go on trips with you. They're a lot more generous. People here, even though they may have a lot of money on paper in America, the second they let their foot off the gas, the second they stop hustling, those bills will catch up on them really quick. And it shows, like, kind of why I feel West Africa is the future, because here people are putting up an appearance of being rich, well-to-do, but it's fueled by debt, and it's fueled by them working 2 jobs. Husband and wife are both working high-paying jobs, 50 hours a week each, and doing all of that to just create this facade. Whereas in West Africa, once these guys have made it, they're living good lives. They're having that balance in life, and they're not killing themselves. So I think long-term, who am I betting on? I'm betting on the lifestyle of West Africa.
I've lived in 5 different countries in Africa. I've lived in Malawi, Botswana, Zambia, Morocco, and Nigeria. I've also traveled extensively in South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Egypt. Never once in all my years of living or traveling on the African continent have I been mistreated in any way because of my ethnicity, because of my skin color. And this is in spite of the fact that I come from a country who are guilty for some of the worst colonial crimes ever inflicted throughout human history. That's right, I was born in Great Britain.
Welcome back to the channel, my family. First of all, who sold us this lie? Who sold us Africans this lie that you need to go abroad so that you can get what you want to get? Who sold us this biggest lie that if you go to America, you are going to make it? Because this lie is inside the brains of each and every Africans. Just few of them, including me, that we are not buying this lie. But a lot of people who I come across, when they hear the name America, England, France, Italy, oh my goodness. Even if someone tells him that you are going to meet an Italian, he or she gets so much excited. This is one of the biggest lie that was ever told. And the one who sold this lie to us, it was the same who colonized Africa. The same person who took our lands. The same person who divided our people. The same person who stole our resources is the same person who gave us this lie. And it's a new game they started. And they won it. They won it, but we are going to change that. That new game, if you're asking me, it's mental colonization. They used Hollywood movies, Western media, magazines, social media influencers to paint this picture that America and Europe are heaven on earth. They used movies to paint this. My young guys watching movies, Rambo 1, Rambo 3, and they're watching this movie like, I call what? This Fast and Furious. And whenever you see the infrastructure and everything, you get this mentality that you need to be in this place. And they told us that Africa is poverty, hunger, war, and that America is wealth, happiness, and success. That's what they told us. But here's the question I'm going to ask. If America is so good, why are their own citizens suffering? Why are white Americans making video crying about the economy and everything? Why is the system trying so hard to have their roots here in Africa so that they can uproot from us? If America is so good, why do they keep on coming to Africa and to take our resources? Why? Millions of Americans are homeless. I bet you don't know that, but they will not show this on TV. They are homeless, they are broke, they are hungry, they are in debt, and some of them are even living in cars, in tents, but they will not show you on TV. Why? Because they want Africans to believe that they need to leave Africa to have a future. And they won on this. Africans thinking they need to leave to have a future, they won on that. But I wish to tell you today that it is all scam. And family, we have been falling for this. We have been falling for it for a very long time. And this message mostly to my African brothers, this is total scam and you need to retract that idea. You need to start afresh, reboot your memory about what is happening in America and what's happening in Africa. Reboot it and let's start it again. Fill your brain with Africa, positive Africa only. Because we have the reality on the ground. When Africans go to America or Europe, do you know what happens to many of them? Do you have uncles or aunts or cousins who have gone there? Have they told you the story? Have they? Because what I know is that they end up doing low-paying jobs that Americans themselves don't want to do. They end up working in cold weathers. They end up working as cleaners, security guards, dishwashers, just to survive. And mind you, they're working for very, very many hours. Do they tell you? Of course they can't tell you, because if our aunts they go there and they suffer, they work as, they don't want to showcase us what's going on here. They want the status to remain that we are in a good place, we are not suffering, we are making money. Because truth is, even those with degrees in Africa sometimes work as taxi drivers in foreign countries. I have them, they talk to me. I'm not disrespecting any hustle. Please. I am not disrespecting any hustle, but why must Africans, doctors, engineers, and professors leave their countries to go and work as cleaners, to clean toilets in foreign lands? Why? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to diminish a kind of hustle. I'm sorry because I have a lot of followers, a lot of people who are doing the jobs, the hustle, they are here. But why will a doctor, an engineer leave his country, Kenya, and goes on a foreign land to work as a cleaner? Why? If you don't have the answer, I will tell you. It is because the system was designed to make you hate your own home and love theirs. That's the reason. The system is designed to love America and hate Kenya. The system is designed to love France and hate Rwanda. The system is designed to love France and hate Senegal. But they don't want you to realize that Africa has the real wealth. They don't want you to realize or to know that Europe and America are rich because of African resources. Each and every phone, every computer, every car, they all depend on minerals from Africa. So what are you telling me? What are you telling me? Instead of empowering Africa, they brainwashed us to believe that success only happens in Europe or America. And that's why if we have youths who are doing something good in Africa, we have youths maybe building aeroplanes, engineers, they are being taken because they don't want them to be here in Africa. When Ibrahim Traore is trying hard to bring what belongs to us back to us. That was Ibrahim Traore trying. But some few leaders with colonial mindset, they are continuing to bury us in this brainwashing belief that we are not the best. Even some of them, like our own Kenyan President William Ruto, going to Germany to look for employees, for work, for jobs, for our people in Kenya. He is selling our labor, selling us to labor. What is that? That's the biggest fraud of the century. Okay? I'm sorry if my tone went high, but I am here for love. For love. Because I want to be real with you, family. What this lie has done to our African people is worse than just economics. It is mental slavery. The lie that we have been told as Africans, it is mental slavery. African abroad face racism daily. And you are never fully accepted in their country. Well, if you go, you will never be fully accepted in your country, no matter how hard you work, no matter how low you put your head, no matter how you support their agenda, you will always be reminded directly or indirectly that you are a foreigner. And here is the sad part. When many Africans finally realize that life abroad is not what they thought, it's often too late. And they have wasted years, sometimes decades, chasing a dream that is never there, chasing a dream that was never meant for them. Meanwhile, those same Western countries are coming to Africa, buying lands and doing farming on African soil, building industries, mining our gold and living comfortably right here in Africa and telling us to live. I'm sorry. So, do you see that game now? Do you see that game now? And if you don't see that game, I think we need to do some mental health something. Now, I wish to go even more deeper because I have more to say about this. I felt a lot of pain to see that my youths, my African brothers and sisters, they don't believe in Africa. We don't believe in ourselves, even as they do. Some of them even usually laugh at us. They see Australia has this and Kenya has this and they laugh. So we always laugh our own countries, Right now, as I speak to you, America and Europe are struggling. You need to know that. The economics are falling, the empire is going down, the cost of living in America is breaking people's backs. Even white people are crying. I've done those videos. And racism is rising. Immigration rules is tightening. And even Americans themselves are leaving America to find peace on another place, to find a place somewhere else. White Americans themselves, they are leaving. So do you see how deep this goes? The American dream is no longer a dream. Right now, the American dream is to leave America. Even for Americans themselves, it is becoming a nightmare. So you just ask yourself as an African, why should Africans go and build another man's broken house? While our own houses here is burning. Why should I go and build another man's house? And as I said, I'm not here just to complain. I'm not here to diminish people's job. I'm here to tell you what we need to do as Africans, as black people. Number one, we need to stop worshiping foreign countries. Love yourself, love your home. That's what we need to do. Number two, invest in Africa, start businesses here, buy land here, build farms here, factories, schools, and hospitals here. We don't need anyone permission to create wealth in Africa. Number three, unite as Africans. Let us unite. Whether you are from Nigeria, Kenya, Guinea-Bissau, whether you're from Libya, we need to unite. Why? Because it doesn't matter. Africa is one. And it is time to stop thinking that the borders are dividing us. It is time to stop thinking like small tribes and start thinking like a powerful continent. Africa is one big family. Number four, let's support African-made products. Why are we always buying foreign products? Made in China, made in China, made in China. Even spoon, even this biro that I'm carrying, maybe it's made in China. Why? Why? Everything I have here is made in China, made in China. Let's see people buying American clothes, European, American food, Chinese food, electronics. When someone eats in American hotel, he feels so proud. When someone imports his clothes or her clothes, he's feeling so proud that he has done an achievement importing. That's so bad. When I continue, I think I will lose my temper, because I see what some of my African brothers are thinking, and they don't want to change. They are thinking that we are less as Africans. We are never less. When someone buys a phone from China, he goes or she goes ahead boasting that this phone came from America, this phone came from France. I bought my... Why? When you buy a shoe, even a watch, you want to import. Why are we doing that? Our leaders are importing things. Our leaders, instead of going to our own hospitals, being treated by our own doctors, they are going abroad to be treated there. It is so painful to see that even our leaders don't trust in the country they are leading. It's so painful to see that they don't support our own. When an African or a Kenyan start a company, they taxed him high. But when foreign companies here, they don't do that. And that's how they build their wealth. They support themselves, the other nations. But we don't do that. So let's do the same here in Motherland. Let's do the same. Because this is the truth. They lied to us about Africa. They lied to us about American dream. And they are still lying up today. But it's not too late. It is not too late. We can wake up, we can rise up, and we can build Africa for ourselves. Remember this, Africa is not poor. Africa has been made poor by those who stole from us. It is time to stop running away from Africa. It's time to start building our own. So my brothers and sisters, dreaming about America and Europe, I will tell you, ask yourself, why build another man's broken house or another man's house while your house is falling apart? Your house is dirty. You haven't even swept your house, and you are waking up, going to the neighbor and build their house. It is time to build our home. It is time to return home, mentally, spiritually, and physically, because the truth shall set you free. Till next episode, peace out.